Hey guys, it's Coach Matt over here at Primal. What I wanted to do for you today is just to create a video to show you the proper drill progressions that we've used for the rotational shot put and for the discus to get you working from the South African position to turning out of the back of the circle and the drills that can connect the two. Turning out of the back of the circle and finally driving down that right sector line or that left sector line. So here's what it looks like. When we had you start out, whether it was discus or if it was shot put, we had you start with basically your blocking foot on the inside of the circle and your power foot on the outside of the circle, which we're going to put down here with the gray, this little 2.5 pound plate. So again, I've turned out of the back. You have to picture I've turned out of the back, and now I'm getting ready to drive and throw, driving down that left sector line. I want you to take note of a few things. Number one, notice my feet. My feet right now are not turned all the way facing down that left sector line. My feet are facing you. This is so that we can create an earlier drive. This left foot is actually pointing more toward the right sector line as I'm driving through that circle. So I'm not turning all the way so that I'm facing down the left sector. I'm just turning enough, so when I turn out of the back, just enough so that my foot is facing just down that right sector line. So don't waste all that energy. Don't give your upper body a chance to catch up to the lower body by turning all the way. My shoulders are still very much closed. I've got either the shot or the discus in my hand, and I'm getting ready to drive. So keep that in mind. Keep those feet facing toward 9 o'clock. Keep the feet so that the blocking foot is going right down the right sector line. Now from here, that was the South African. We had you do South African drills, driving down that left sector line, but starting in this position so that as you drive, you can actually push, get into zero support, and go through the full throw. Then, what I had you do, the first drill actually had to deal with turning out of the back of the circle, getting low left and long, turning out of the back of the circle, and putting your foot down to that spot where you would normally be if you were in the South African. So I screwed up the first one. Number two looked good. Turning out of the back. Turning out of the back. And landing sort of in that South African position. Keeping the shoulders nice and level. You're not going to dip the shoulders and you're not going to lead with your head. So head stays on the shoulders, nice and square. We're not going to lead with the upper body. We're just going to turn out of the back. Notice shoulders are pretty square, pretty level. Arm is still in the middle of the legs, and we're not turned all the way around facing the left sector line. So that was stage two. So South African, we turned out of the back, landed in that South African position, and then through. The next step after that was to speed it up. So, getting that out of the way, to speed it up, what we did was, all we did was turn out of the back, low left and long, led with our legs, low left and long, touch, and then go through the throw. So we actually turned, touched, then went through the throw. So we sped it up a little bit. Now that we've gone through, we've done the South African, we've turned out of the back, paused for a good amount of time, then did the South African, and we touch and go. The last drill to kind of put this all together, you see we've kind of sped it up. So the last drill to put it all together, what I'm going to do, you've seen this in previous videos, this is one of my girls keeps her hand lotion here to get the calluses off her hands, which doesn't work anyway, but okay, whatever. So you're going to take something, whether it's a bottle of water, a traffic cone, a medicine ball, like a light medicine ball, whatever you have. Bottle of water works great, or an empty soda bottle. And you're going to put that out a little bit further than where you would normally be in the South African. So if your feet are here in the South African, you got to put it out a little bit further than it would normally be. And all you're going to do, you're going to get low left and long, and you're going to aim and try to kick that bottle or kick that lotion bottle or whatever the heck you've got. Try to kick it with that right foot. So as you turn on the back, low, left, and long, try to kick, and then get into zero support. So low, left, and long, try to kick it, then get into zero support. So what you're seeing is that you've now got a good rhythm. You're reaching for it, bang, driving, reaching and driving. Reach, drive. And then you're going to start to get the rhythm. That idea that you're reaching for something and then driving. It's going to get you lower. It's going to get you more onto your left side. It's going to get that power leg longer. So as you drive, now you're not driving from here. Now you're driving all the way from here. The way that I explained it in the clinic in West Virginia was if I was going to knee you in the side of the leg, if I was going to try to hurt you and I was going to knee you in the side of the leg, I wouldn't just stand there and send a little jab with my knee. I would step back and drive my knee into you. I'd use all my body weight to drive that knee. It's no different right here. So right from here, we're coming out and we're driving that knee. We're driving up, we're exploding into that zero support. So those are the drills. We've got the regular South African without turning out of the back. Then we've got turning out of the back, pausing in the South African, getting ourselves reset, and then throwing. We've got just a slight pause, pausing and going. And then finally we have this one where you're trying to reach, you're trying to kick over, knock over that soda bottle or traffic cone or whatever you have. So that's the steps that we've been going through, and hopefully this helps you to visualize exactly what I'm looking for. This is just to exaggerate the idea of getting that leg out, reaching that leg out and around before you drive. That way you have a full stride length. That way you've got that full amount of drive as you bring that knee forward and bound into the front half of that circle. So hopefully this helps you out. I'm going to throw this up online for you guys to see. If you have any questions, please let me know. You all have my email address, matt@primalatc.com. That's the best one to get me at. I want to say a huge thank you. This is a video that was originally designed for the online members, guys who I coached through video online. They were having some trouble with this, but I wanted to put this out there for everyone to see as well because it's a good little drill progression to get from the South African into your full turn in either the shot put or the discus. So hopefully this helps you all out. Any questions, matt@primalatc.com. Let me know and I'll answer them here in a future video. Thanks.